Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft LP series. This is episode 152, and if you're with me for the last one, you may recall exactly what we're standing in front of today. If not, then that is okay. I will explain to you what we did. So we did a little bit of terraforming here at the super smelter, and all in all, everything turned out a-okay, and I'm hoping you guys share the same opinion. I mean, you can see what we did in front of your eyes right now, so I'm sure you're forming all sorts of opinions, gathering all of your thoughts together, and as I say, hopefully they will come together in agreement with me that this is looking good. So if we hop off the horse for a second, we might be able to get a better view. But what we've done is pretty much just add a few different textures into the crater here, put some tall grass, some flowers, that kind of thing, making it look as natural as possible, because the idea behind this is that perhaps the story goes that one day, long before Steve, or Hocus here, myself, arrived in this strange new land, a meteor crashed down into the earth, creating a huge crater, and that crater was reclaimed by nature, and subsequently we built our super smelter inside of it. So that's kind of the story I'm going with. Of course, that probably isn't true at all, is it? Because we actually made this crater ourselves with some TNT. Don't tell anyone, by the way, that's a secret we need to keep between us. But, you know, I like to kind of have a bit of a reason why we do things in this world. It's in some situations, as in this one. So we're going to go with the meteor story. It sounds a lot cooler than blowing the place up with TNT. So today I've been a little bit inspired by this look. And that inspiration has forced me to go off in search of some new land, some new terrain in the region, because I want to progress into building a panda sanctuary. This is something we've discussed before, and I know you guys were very interested in the idea. And essentially what we're going to do is, since we've got this nice bamboo farm here, it's all themed in a jungle type manner, I would say. You've got the mossy cobblestone mixed in with the jungle wood. I think those two textures constitute as jungle themed textures. I don't know if you guys would agree with me. I would assume that you would, since, you know, jungle wood most definitely is a jungle themed texture. And the mossy cobblestone as well fits the theme because there are vines in the jungle. So we're probably going to build the panda sanctuary somewhere around here. And I'm just, as I say, looking for the perfect location for it. I'm kind of thinking that we come down here where we have this small area of water. We could build it right next to that guy. And by that guy, I mean the lake thing that we've got going on here. So maybe perhaps we build it here, right? We've got this nice clearing, so the trees kind of create this semicircle shape, and it leaves a nice batch of plains in the middle with not too much going on in it, just a few animals. And to me, that seems like a perfect place to begin the panda sanctuary. Now, I don't have too many plans for this. We're going to go off the top of my head as much as possible, but we most likely won't finish it today, so you guys can throw your ideas down in the comment section below. That'd be great if you could do that for me. But anyway, without further ado, let's think about breaking ground and getting this build underway. Okay then guys, so as I mentioned, this is kind of like a semicircular area. So we're going to go with a semicircle for the main portion of this build. I'm kind of mapping it out here with some cobblestone. So we've got a 2, and then I believe it was a 3 like this. A 2, a 3, a 1, and I honestly don't remember. I just looked at the chart and I've forgotten already. So I'm going to carry on marking this out. I'll come back to you when I finish with the semicircle because my memory has failed me here. And then we can think about what's going to happen next. But I'm thinking that we just take the shovel and start digging downwards and kind of make the semicircular section of this below ground, wall it all off, and then we'll have a section closer to the surface over here by the water that the pandas can also walk out into. I think that would look pretty nice. So the semicircle is in place and things have changed ever so slightly. So the original idea was to have a 27 block diameter semicircle, but unfortunately for me that didn't seem big enough. So I upgraded to 31, so we've gone up by 4 blocks, and hopefully this is big enough. I'm going to take an aerial view for the first time. Okay, it's not too bad. Now I'm thinking as well that we perhaps extend the area of the panda sanctuary in this direction slightly. This side of the semicircle I'm not too concerned about, so we'll probably just run that to the edge of the lake there, the small water section we've got. But as I say, this section we might wrap around towards the trees a little bit more, maybe get another kind of semicircle type shape here possibly that links up, and then take it towards the water. We'll see though. I will keep working here, but as I say, we're probably going to start digging down in this semicircle here, have a lower tier section for the pandas to hang around in, and then work from there across and towards the water here. In fact, guys, you know what? We're going to go with a 45 block diameter semicircle. That looks a lot more appealing to me, fills up a larger area, and all in all will be a much better decision going forward. I'm sure of it. This is an update report coming from you, to you, I should say, by myself, Hocus Pocus. So we've been digging, and as you can see, the semicircle is starting to take shape, which is very good, very good. Very good indeed, of course. Exactly where we are planning to go with this. Unfortunately, inventory issues, because when you're digging out dirt, it fills, man. It fills so quick, and there's not a lot we can do about it. So if you guys have got any ideas about what I can do with all of this dirt, I've got a ton over there as well. Just let me know, because I've got dirt for days. I really do. I could probably construct an entirely new Minecraft world out of the amount of dirt that I've got. Anyway, that's totally besides the point. As I say, we're still going strong here. I'm going to take this down a few more layers, a few more levels, and we will then see where we're going next. I've got plans for a bit of a centerpiece for this area, so we'll try and get that implemented today. But as I say, we'll just see how things go. I'll be right back. And do you know what I'm going to do, guys? I've just had an excellent thought, right? So we've got this house here. We haven't used it for too much. It is supposed to be a storage system. So why don't we just go ahead and use it to store the dirt? I mean, what better place to put it, right? We are slightly low on space in this chest, but that's not to say that we can create, or that's not to say that we can't create a new one. We've also got a bit of stone to put away. So let's find the stone chest, wherever that is. Here we go, stone building blocks. And then food and agriculture for the seeds and the flowers. And what more is there to say? There we go, storage system in use finally. Okay guys, so semicircle's complete, and I'm trying to think whether or not I'm going to take this any further down. I think it's deep enough, to be honest. And by the way, look at these guys. Where are they going? Well, as long as they're not shooting at me, I'm not really that bothered, so they can carry on. And as I was saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to take it any further down. I think this is far enough. We do want a wall that surrounds the edge of this, that sort of jets above the surface level of the terrain here. So we'll get that figured out in just a second. And for that, I'm thinking that we use similar textures to those that we've used over here, right? So a bit of jungle wood, some cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, andesite, that kind of thing. I think those textures work well together. So we've got some saplings. Do we have the wood? If we do, I am assuming it's in this chest here. Spruce, not what we're after. Jungle logs. Oh, okay, so 9 pieces isn't going to be enough, is it? So let's grab some bone meal. We'll put away some stuff into here. Also take ourselves 4 jungle saplings, and we're going to go and replenish our stocks because, as I say, 9 logs is definitely not going to cut it. So now that we've got some more jungle wood, which you saw in that small time lapse there, it is time to think about how we're going to design this wall. Now, it's not going to be anything too extravagant, and I've already figured out kind of where we're going to start. So let's find the center of this thing. This back wall here should be about 9 wide, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. That means we can come in 4, and then 1 more. Dig the middle section out. And this is where the first piece of jungle log is going to go. So let's take this guy out. I also brought along a bed just so that we can kind of pop that down somewhere around the area to sleep, because I don't want to keep flying all the way over there to sleep. And then we'll begin with a jungle log pillar in the center. Now, how high is this going to go? Maybe up. Maybe something like this on the outside. So like 3 above the surface level. That would probably suffice all the way around. So we'll stick with that. And once again, I'm going to strip these because jungle wood is... It's not ugly in its regular state, but it looks so much better when it's stripped. So we're going to go with stripped jungle wood. And then we will have a combination, as we usually do, of a few textures surrounding it. So let's take that all the way to the end of this back portion here. Okay, then we can dig out a little bit more. And you guys, I recently mentioned about finding a new keyboard, just so that you are aware. I still haven't found one, so... I don't know if you guys have got any suggestions about that at all, but if you do, let me know, because it's kind of struggling to find one that I like. There was this Logitech one, I think I mentioned it. It was real cool, actually. It was just a small mechanical one. That's what I'm after. I'm after something quite small, quite compact, something a lot smaller than what I've got now. If possible, I'd like one without a number pad on the right-hand side. I just feel like it's something that I don't often use. It gets in the way. It just makes things bigger, clunkier, and I'd rather just make my setup a little bit more streamlined because my desk is kind of small, so it's difficult to fit all of this stuff on. So that's kind of why I'm trying to sway away from using a keyboard with a number pad on it, but we will see. As I say, still haven't found what I'm after, but I'm sure it is it's out there somewhere, right? It's definitely out there somewhere. So what we're gonna do once we've made it to the top is just cap everything off like that. And then I was thinking that we could possibly, okay, so this is how it looks. Not too bad. It's rather flat and rather plain, so we will add some defining details eventually. I'll come to that in just a second. But what I was thinking about doing is perhaps grabbing some jungle slabs. And that means we're going to need a crafting table as well. So let's put that next to our bed here. 1, 2, 3. Craft all of those up into jungle slabs. And then I was thinking about just capping off the wall with the slabs just so that we've got a trim across the top of it. I think that would look good. So let's give it a test run and see what that's all about. Okay. And yeah, you know what? That looks good. So this is going to be the kind of design that we've got. And I'm going to make this wall kind of slope down as it comes around the circle. So it starts at this height. It will come down a block somewhere around here. And then again down another block somewhere around here. And eventually it will be at the same level at this point as it is at this point. And yeah, you guys will see it when I complete it. But as I say, let's just get moving with the design here. And then we'll think about adding some of those defining features at some point as well. Check it out, guys. Check it out. We're halfway done with the semicircle wall. And I like it. Okay, it's good. You can see we've got that tiered effect. So it begins at this height, comes down a block, and then that is where things will stop progressing downwards. But as for now, we'll continue working on the other half of the wall. And then I've got that centerpiece that I talked about. And I'm hoping to kind of get that installed today. So let's get the rest of this wall finished up. It's time, guys. It is that time again. And in my hand, of course, I've got some TNT. And that's exactly what it is time for. So let's remove a few things here that we don't want to explode. And I'm kind of just going to use the TNT to create some random terrain inside of the my words are getting mixed up. Take a deep breath. Slow down. Okay. All right. And go again. So we're going to use the TNT to make the terrain slightly random here. And the reason why is because we've actually ran out of vines. So I'm finding it tough to get the mossy cobblestone at the moment, which means the wall isn't getting much love. It's not progressing quickly enough for me. So we're going to do this instead. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump some TNT pretty much randomly around this area. Not too close to the wall though, because the wall needs to remain intact for obvious reasons. So let's just place a few around here. And you know what? I was thinking of having a little bit of an elevated area in this pit somewhere. So we might use this segment here where the wall isn't in place yet for that. Just so that we don't have to bother, you know, building. We don't build the wall and then build in front of it. If you get my drift, possibly not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's light one of these guys up. Head on out of here so that we don't kill ourselves. Maybe get a view from the tree. All right. They're kind of... Yep. Good. Keep going. Okay. So, what's the damage here? The wall looks okay. This side, not so much, but that was to be expected with dirt. I mean, dirt is quite frail. Easy to destroy, so we'll just fill that back in for the time being. Not that we need it there at all, but, you know, I like to keep my walls in place just so I know where we're working. All right, perfect. And then the ground actually didn't suffer too much, so we might do a little bit more here and there. Maybe get some more TNT on the areas that didn't get... destroyed too badly, so we'll go maybe there, get some in here. This patch didn't get too much love. We'll get some here, some here, and that's my last one. So let's light that up again and take a few steps back as we always do. Okay, here we go. Good. Keep blowing. There we go. Awesome. So I've got some tidying up to do here, and once I've done that, I'll bring you guys back in and we'll check it out. Aha. So guys, the age-old question of what am I going to do with all that dirt may have finally been answered, because 3, 2, 1. Okay. How does it look? What do you guys think? We've used some of it, right? We've used some of the grass to replace the stone that we had over here. And this is going to be the basis for the pandas' sort of habitat, I guess, that we're building for them. And I want this to be similar to how we designed the super smelter. And that's why I referred to it at the start of the episode. I want this overgrown look over there as well. So that means we're going to need coarse dirt, a shovel, which we already got. We need some gravel. We need some of this guy. What is this called? Podzo. All right. And I think I actually have a bunch of this over here. So we should be good to go for at least a little while. So let's get rid of a few things that we don't need on us anymore, like this. And then we'll take some podzol. We've got coarse dirt. We also need some gravel. Now, we've got some gravel. Good. We've got the shovel. And then was that the final texture? Were there any other textures that we used? I didn't see any, but I feel like one's missing. I think... yeah, no, I think that's it, actually. I think that definitely is it. So... let's take our textures, take our shovel over to the Panda Sanctuary and begin the process. So what we do is we just, for example, the shovel is going to be used for the path blocks. We'll just randomly come in here, placing these path blocks down all across the area. So this is going to be the same for each block type. We'll randomly place them throughout the area, create a combination of all of the textures, and then at the end we'll use some bone meal to grow the grass and the flowers and make everything look overgrown and beautiful. Alright then guys, so the detailing is almost complete, and as I say, there was supposed to be a centerpiece in this build, but I think that can wait for another day now because we are coming to the close of this episode, and I do want to do a few more things before it does end. So first of all, we need to just take out these small stone blocks that are poking through, and I just want to get that replaced with dirt. And those will only occur, obviously, in areas like this where we've got a path block. So, again, we can just pop in some dirt, replace the gravel, and everything should be looking good. So I'm going to continue doing that off camera just because, you know, it's kind of tedious and boring. There shouldn't be too many of those to fix, though, I'm hoping. But, yeah, as you can see, there are a few here and there. And as well as that, we will go ahead and plant some tall grass. So I'm just going to use the bone meal sporadically throughout the area, something like this, you know, just try and cover it all in grass because the grass I thought looked really cool over at the super smelter, so I kind of want the same effect going on here. We'll kind of try and cover all blocks, but as I say, this is going to occur off camera, so I'll rejoin you guys once I am about finished. And there it is, guys, with all the details in place. This is really looking nice, and the way that we've got the super smelter designed, the way that we got the Panda Sanctuary designed, I really like it, I really do. The overgrown textures look great. Bit of bamboo sprinkled in there also looks really nice. We'll probably get some trees in place eventually, but we need to figure out the centerpiece first. As I say, we'll get that done in a coming video. Anyway, guys, we are coming to a close here, so I'll give you a quick run through. And as you can see, we've got a panda in disguise in the sanctuary at the moment. He's kind of just checking it out, being the guinea pig for us. And you know what? That reminds me. It's going to be tough to get a panda back here because firstly we have to find the jungle biome that will support their spawning, and then secondly we'll have to transfer them all the way from that biome back to base, and that is going to be a big pain in the butt. So yeah, kind of not looking forward to that, but you know, it's all part of the fun of the game at the end of the day, isn't it? The grind is in place. And that's what you do it for, just to have an awesome looking panda sanctuary at your base. So as I say, guys, we are about to wrap things up here. I will be back in just a second to say bye-byes, farewells, and end today's episode. Alright guys, welcome back to episode 152 for the last time for today. I hope you had a bunch of fun watching this one. I had great fun, as always, recording it. And the Panda Sanctuary is something we've talked about for a while now, so it's good to finally get started on it and to also begin to expand our base a little bit further into the surrounding area. I'm also thinking about actually linking this area up with the minecart station in the base, which will be the first time we've actually linked it to a separate build and not to the exit from our base. So that'll be cool at some point. My voice is dying. Give me just a second, guys. I apologize. Whew. Oh man, I don't know what happened there, but my voice was about to give way. So I thought I would make a cut there. Skip to this segment and just say take care, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you're new or if you enjoyed this video. Like down below, be much appreciated. All comments into the comment section as well, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.